Okay, and I'm back. Apologies for the late start. That was due to... Yes, I'm not sure what's... It seems... So there's a bit of a bug with YouTube at the minute where... It seems that basically they've changed the front page for the streaming, and basically it's diverting to the stream straight away section, which is overwriting the manage stream section. And they threw this out yesterday or today, and that seems to have been what's caused the issue. So okay, so apologise for the slightly late start. Just familiarising myself before I go through the normal run. Hopefully, I'll just put a note. I'll just quickly put a note on the blog saying there's been a bit of a... Not the blog, the YouTube channel community page. Oh, I messed that up spectacularly. That's just a practice run to me to get used to the controls. Start to go back to the game. Yep, we do. Okay, just bear with me. You guys can all hear and see me, right? And yeah, the volume looks good. Okay, yeah, so apologies for the start. That is basically YouTube's fault for not testing their updates. I will be honest, there is some issues with them not testing some of their rollouts properly. You're supposed to test it in live, guys, before you roll it out to everyone. So yeah, I now have, because of this, I actually have two. It's telling me I have an upcoming Starfox stream, and I'm just going to delete the upcoming Starfox stream. Video successfully deleted. Oh, that's really annoying. Apologies, I'm just getting this sorted because this is... So we've previously done the main route. I'm actually going to do the Corneria Sector X route. So we've got the level 1 route, which I've done in a video previously. We've got the level 3 route, which if this stream goes on successfully enough, maybe I'll do that one. But I'm going to do the Titania Sector Y in level 2 one. So yeah, apologies for the delay. Just setting used. It's a nice little start used. Okay, hopefully that's got it sorted. Yeah, apologies for the delay, guys. Hi. Thanks. Hi. Nozaiku no Sakai TV. Thanks for joining the stream. Apologies for the slightly delayed start to this one. I should have started 20 minutes ago, in fact. So yes, we'll be doing Starfox. I'll be playing through, as we've already covered Starfox on the channel, I'll be doing the harder of the two routes. Well, no, I'll be doing the medium one, and maybe we'll do the hard one as well. So thanks for the like. Glad to see you enjoying the stream. Apologies that the start was a bit higgledy-piggledy. I should... I've also got ultra... So this is the medium route of Starfox, and this isn't actually that much harder than the easy route, to be honest. In fact, in some parts, this route I distinctly remember is actually easier. The hard route is, of course, the hardest one, or level 3. The routes are quite nice in that they change the bosses and the fights in this one, which is always quite nice. And if I get time, I will actually replay... Ooh, Slippy, sorry. Got him. And I should be flying through those... Oh, this is not a good start. This is going to be one of those streams, I think. But yes, Maizu no Sakai TV, thanks for your comments. I do appreciate people commenting on the stream. I thought it would be quite nice to play Starfox. We haven't covered any Super Effects chips games on the streams, I don't think. Trying to remember. Don't think so. I just thought I'd actually do this one because I was looking. Wasn't too sure what to do today. I thought, you know what, I'll just grab something we covered previously, but not quite to the extent I would like. And at some point, maybe I'll do a playthrough of all 3 runs, and then put them all together in one epic video with all the hidden stages. That's the arcade and the black hole. Slippy, you need rescuing again. I tell you one thing I really enjoy about Starfox is the fantastic soundtrack. Interestingly, the music guy who actually did soundtrack of Starfox didn't actually work at Nintendo for that long. I think this is one of only a handful of games he actually did before he set up his own company. Very successful games company that I remember he set up that's still going strong these days as well, an audio company. Basically the company the guy who did the music for this, he's still doing it basically. But it's partly why all the later Starfoxes have very different music, and I don't think they've quite ever got the atmospheric tones this one had. Thanks, glad you enjoyed Starfox. Yeah, Starfox is always a good game. It may be 20 years old, it may be running at 30 or 25 years old probably now, and it may be running about 30 frames a second, but it is a classic to play. So the medium route does change some of the bosses over. The first few stages are pretty much the same, but then things start changing and you start getting added routes. I think that attack where it just blocked my shots is actually exclusive to the medium version of this box. But it doesn't really matter what difficulty it's on. This boss is always incredibly easy. I do love that. Oh, the voices is just so distinctive. I know they just sound like gobbledygook, but they just sound cool and they just work. Now I can't remember if this is the same boss or a different one to the second stage. Or whether this is the Rock Crusher one? This might be the Rock Crusher one, in which case this is worth... Yes, it is the Rock Crusher.
Good luck.
This is probably the hardest boss fight of this run, actually. Slippy, you're in trouble again. 3 times, thanks to the save. No problem. Now it is really nice to see that Starfox 2 has finally been released. Ow! I'm slightly moaning there because that was a power-up if I got it. Watch your aim, Fox. Okay, that's what I wanted, twin blasters. Although, had I got the thing properly on the previous stage, I would probably already have blasters. The stronger blasters. And there's the shield, let's grab that. Oh, I missed the bomb, I missed a couple of bombs, so that's a bit annoying. Although I've got 5 bombs, I can't remember what the maximum of the bombs is. Got to be a bit careful with it. Slippy, you're in trouble again. The second and the third route are definitely a bit more challenging and actually have some more interesting stages than the basic first route. So it's once you've done basically the easy route, it's actually really nice to go through. And Starfox is one of those games where because each of the stages is different bosses, it's well worth replaying it because you do get a different run each time you go through the game, which was something that was quite unique at the time in many ways because a lot of games didn't necessarily do that. Usually if you did easy, normal and hard, you would get the same troops, the same bosses, just with the damage turned up. And if your idea of making a game harder is just by turning up the damage the enemies do, that's bad games design. Or how much damage, how much health you have. Good. It is the Rock Crusher again. It's not the pulverizing one that you get on the hard route. Rain Havoc. Been a while since I've done this route. Ironically, I've actually finished the hard route since I've last done this. And I always used to struggle with the hard route, and then I just played it through about a year back and just went straight through it. And I was quite annoyed I hadn't captured it because like, it was like the first time I've done that in years. Ooh, I need to watch my health. I'm quite bad. Says that as he gets blown up. Okay, that was not a good run at that boss. I think I just pretty much lost all my health at that boss. That was embarrassing because it's not that hard. Need to avoid their attacks a bit better. I was more annoyed about the fact I've lost my shot power up. colliding with anything. Oh, is what does the most damage, and I went the wrong route that side. And that's not a good way to start the stream, losing 2 lives on the same stage. And this was one of the easier routes as I remember it, so okay. Oh. Here's where I need to keep my flying skills on guard. I must not crash. It's the crashing that does all the damage, basically. Slippy, you have to keep getting caught up in this. Okay, that was an awful run, I have to admit. That's not a way to start a stream. Might have said I thought that might go this way. Oh dear, that's a really bad start. Oh well, there's a game over screen which we didn't see.
Let's go.
You got a voice sample there. Let's go. Okay, that was a dreadful start for this. Platform. I assume you're asking us to stream a certain game. I'm not sure. Game platform. You're saying a PlayStation 2 fighting game?
Good luck.
Is it one of our streams, or would you like us to stream a particular game? This one does really give you the feel of space, though. I must admit, it does. This stage of Starfox, I mean, it's almost sort of dizzying with all the debris coming hurtling at you. Okay, right, that's the blasters. That's what I wanted. Let's keep them this time, and the shield. Shield is more important than health. Okay, so this is good. So one thing I'm not actually a fan of is inverted controls in video games. Oh, it's one of our streams. Probably King of Fighters 94, was it? We did. There aren't many, I can't think of many PS2 female-only fighters though. Maybe Rumble Rose? Was there a version of Rumble Roses on the PS2? Or Dead or Alive? Well, there is a version of Dead or Alive, that's for sure. Like, I'm going to lose my shield, but I'm going to get out of it with... Can we get this thing? Okay, I've got it there. Poor Slippy, my flying of him hasn't been too good today. I'm mad this time, just going to throw a bomb at it. Or two, as the case may be, because I want that. Gotcha. Yeah, if there's ever a game you want us to stream in the fight nights, do by all means leave one in the comment suggestions and we'll look at it, but at least we need to know the exact name of the game. Or if you enjoyed our videos, then fantastic, glad you come back for another stream. I think we will be doing another fight night this Friday as well, as we're always doing a Friday night fight night. And the lot we did Battle Area to Shinden this Friday, just gone. Phew, managed to save myself some dignity after that awful performance on the previous stage.
Good luck.
I do like the snow effect on this stage. I'm actually just trying to remember what the boss was in this stage. Okay, that's why I wanted blasters. Now, quick little hint, if the enemies flash yellow, that means they're going to drop some health when you kill them. So do always remember that when you're dealing with enemies. I'm guessing. I could always argue here, instead of watching my aim, he should watch where he's flying. Really careful, Slippy, as he's quite badly injured, so I don't want to lose him. suspicion this level should be getting near its end. Just remember what the boss was. Ah, yes, there we go. Into the weather station we go. Ah, yes, it's the Mad Doc character. He actually has a specific name. It's like Professor something. This stage actually has some great sort of... it's like a sea view battle, so it's actually... Yeah, traditionally we do like to do Sega here, especially the Saturn, as it was such an uncovered console, but we do like to do a sort of mix of platforms, so... We do live stream on top of doing all our existing videos, so we're doing it more as a sort of supplementary thing, primarily because of the current world events going on. I think we'll see how the live streaming goes. We will be getting more long plays and stuff, although the streaming is taking up more of my time than I'd initially like to do some of the other videos. But I will get back to them.
Good luck.
So basically, if I get something clean to my ship, I need to roll. Ah, yes, this one does have the... I do quite like the first-person view, but the downside is it's almost impossible to avoid damage from certain enemies in first-person view, so... Okay, that's what I've got to avoid. I've got to keep rolling. Something sticking to me. There we go, that's what I wanted to do the previous time with one of these. But I don't want to lose my health because I want to keep my blasters. This time I saved you. Ah, yes. Don't shoot. Don't shoot the big sting. I have a feeling that was the last health up before the boss. Okay, which boss is this? Okay, it's the roly-poly thing. Right, I know this thing. Just in the nick of time, I think. I think it's been a rather bumpy road to Venom, but now that we're here, it's time to whoop ass. So, just remember which boss this one is. Don't keep flying in my way, Slippy, then. Well, that's the rare ejecting pilot there a second ago we had. Obviously, you get a frog pilot inside Andross's vehicles, and it'll fly, he'll eject toward you. It's like a little subtle Easter egg. Just sort of random with ships. Okay, here. This is the Rock Crusher. This is the tricky one. Did I just miss out? Now, we usually stream for about an hour, so I'll see if I can get through an actual playthrough. So, oh yes, that was quite quick. That boss can be a nightmare if you get the retros wrong. It's nice to try and finish a game for a stream as well, if we can do. Although if I finish this, I'll now be inclined to replay this and do the second and third. Should really do like a complete run of Starfox. I haven't yet done that. It'd be nice to get 100% on every stage, but that's pretty tricky. Ah, yes. So this is like the highway stage. This is actually one of the most impressive stages of Venom. But it really is one of the most impressive stages. More so than because in fact it feels like you're racing down a highway of oncoming cars and see if I can beat Andros. There's one that crashes. Some of these crash to the side of those walls as well, which is quite fun. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're at the boss now. I think it's like a character on the bike, isn't it? It's like just understanding. You go ahead, bud. Yeah, sorry. We had an issue with hi, Karak. Yeah, we had a problem. YouTube made a mistake. Apologies, Karak. Basically, we had we'd preset it up to use that stream, and then YouTube decided to change the stream settings, so suddenly I couldn't use the stream I was supposed to be using. Basically, there was a bug with the stream settings on YouTube. We're getting this way. Got him. Yeah, apologies, correct. Basically, as I mentioned, we had an issue where the stream, we'd set up the stream to run, and after I'd set it up, I went to start the stream, and YouTube has recently updated their stream setup, so it threw me straight into, instead of going to the manage streams, it threw me straight into setting up a fresh stream, and there's no go live button on the fresh stream. It just suddenly said, oh hey, this is the stream you're going to have. So basically YouTube, I wasn't very impressed with in the slightest today. It's actually a bug with their stream software. I really wish YouTube would test their stuff before releasing it. Yeah, I'm actually playing my I'm having a North American Super Famicom version, so we've previously covered this on the channel, but I thought I'll do another stream video to chat about and do one of the routes we haven't done. So this is the stage 2 route. I might even start the hard route just to show some of that with you. But yes, apologies. I did leave a comment on the community page with a new link to the corrected stream after I managed to resolve it. But basically, it was a problem with YouTube, which has really slightly annoyed me. So I don't quite know what's going on with YouTube's stream setup at the minute, but they've changed something and they've not tested it. So the link I was supposed to be using wouldn't work. It wouldn't let me pick the link basically this Sato was saying I had to use the new one, even though I hadn't actually started the stream. So okay, that's one eye down. So we get this down in one run before it gets me. I think it's about 20 max FPS. The frame rate is not that good, but it's still very striking to look at. Yeah, it's still very playable. It's still a game you can just sit back, relax and enjoy. I think about 25 years after it was released. I mean, the music's still excellent. It's, despite its technical issues, it's just still very much a game you can just play and play and play. Hopefully I can just sit in this corner and throw fireballs and I won't get any debris sent my way. Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the stream, the guy who did the music only worked on this and a few other Nintendo games before he actually left Nintendo. Okay, and that's actually the level 2 run. Right, I might actually jump to a bit of the level 3 run afterwards. It's not streamed for an hour yet. In fact, I think we've streamed for about 30 minutes, as the stream's been rather problematic. Well, yeah, it's about 40 minutes, so we'll jump into a bit of the hard run to show a bit off of that. Yes, the music is still fantastic. Yeah, we stream every day. As I know, Suka, so we always stream, and we get quite a few people. My Slippy's always down at the end. Yeah, my Slippy was taking a lot of damage today. I managed to stop him from getting taken down, so 81, 100. Oh, I'm actually impressed I got 100, stage 4 earlier. I did think I had 100 on that, 97. That's actually much better than I thought I was going, despite the fact stage 6, 100%. Oh, wow. Normally my Slippy's shot down as well quite regularly. That's not bad, 96%.
Come in, Cornelia.
This is Cornelia, Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
Some fantastic sound samples there as well. Yeah, it's a shame the musician who didn't do this didn't do many Nintendo games. He then set up his own company, so he didn't actually do many games. But the music's fantastic. His stuff was really, really good, but he didn't do many video games. That was right, Professor Hanger, that guy was called. I'll jump onto a bit of the hard route in a second. This was the Cosmic Rider, I think. Galactic Rider, yes. Is Star Fox 2 good? Yes, Star Fox 2 is really good, although it's quite a bit different game compared to this one. I really enjoyed it. It's a real technical prowess compared to the original because it does it very differently. It's actually got 3D environments. You can see basically that a lot of it got carved up and used for Star Fox 64, and it is very good. We've got a video of Star Fox 2 on the channel now. We've got a thing of the actual rock version of it, so I would recommend Star Fox 2. It's a slightly different game though, so if you wanted a direct sequel to the original, you might not like it as much because it's more a sort of open expanse shooter, but I think Star Fox 2 is a really good, fantastic follow-up to this. What's more is the fact this was such a great collaboration between British developers and Japanese ones. Yeah, it's one of the few sort of collaboration games because you tend to get sort of like a Japanese publisher, maybe a US developer, but you don't tend to get games where it's actually collaboration, where they actually had like people, they had like English and Japanese people on the development team at the same time out in Japan. Right, I've still got a few more minutes of this stream, so I will... Average score 96, yes. I think the 9 is actually the 6 just flipped. I could be wrong. Let's see if I can start. End. Please don't tell me I have to press reset. I really don't have to want to press reset. Ah, you want a Sega stream, Mizaiki? Okay, maybe we'll do a Sega stream tomorrow then. I was actually thinking of doing a video on Midway, so maybe I'll do a stream on that. Okay, I'm gonna have to press the reset button very gently. Okay, let's roll with the intro for a second. Night Mizai no Sakai TV. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for enjoying the stream. I'll probably do a bit more on the hard route, as that was the normal route. So if you guys want to like the stream, of course, by all means do hit the like. I'll probably do a few more minutes. There are actually two versions of Star Fox on the North American one. You can tell by the title screen colour. So let's go back to... Let's jump into level 3, the hardest route, which is actually the longest and probably the most fun in some regards. I do like some of the bosses on the hard route. I won't play through all of this But I'll show at least the first 2 bosses, which are quite drastically different to the rest of the game. Or at least drastically different to the normal. If you do the normal, so the easy and normal runs, or level 1 and level 2 runs, have the same 2 bosses for these stages. This run actually has 2 different bosses, so... As always, guys, if you're enjoying this video, please do hit that like button. I always do appreciate those likes. But yes, apologies on the start of the stream again. Correct. Yeah, that was down to YouTube's streaming issue. Actually, I should just say while I'm here, Starfox, known as Lylant Wars, known as no, not Lylant Wars, was known as Starwing. Lylant Wars, the N64, was known as Starwing. In the UK, it was released in 1993. It was published by Nintendo and it was developed by Nintendo and Argonaut software. I haven't actually mentioned that at the start. And it is still an incredibly good game. And it is available at present. It's on the Nintendo Mini. I think it might be available on Switch. I'm not entirely sure. But it's definitely available on the Nintendo Mini, so if you grab one, you can play. In fact, the sequel is also included on the Nintendo Mini, so you get 2 absolutely fantastic games. So the hard version's actually at sort of an evening time, as you see when we launch the fighters, compared to this first stage being normally at daytime on basically easy and normal. Probably normal. It's just probably normal, hard, and very hard. Okay, bye Carrick. Thanks for joining us again on the stream. Sorry about the start. Yeah, that was, as I said, due to YouTube's. You can always watch the start of the stream back. Hi Sega Sata, thanks for joining the stream. Probably just Saturn with a Z, I think. Have a good evening, Carrick TV. And we'll be back streaming tomorrow. As always, I think I'll be doing a Saturn. I think, seeing as the young guy, maybe we'll do a Saturn game tomorrow. Oh, should watch that. It's not great. So there's a little Easter egg. That's the boss from the earlier run being carried away. Here we go with this is the hard version, so as you see it's totally different to the previous ones. Well, it's not that hard, it's basically got to hit the things under the pods here when they come up, and then we've got to blow up the pods. So there goes the first one. While it's actually facing me, I can't shoot it. Come on, get away with the homing shots. Ah, it's only giving me a small window to shoot them. There you go. Yeah, the music is fantastic, as we were saying. Sega Saturn Z, we were chatting with the other guys on the stream, is an absolutely fantastic soundtrack. So we had a bit of a slightly bumpy start to the stream, and the first run during the normal wasn't fantastic, but it's doing alright now. 92%, that's not bad. I'd like to have been a bit higher. I'd like to get at least one continue on that stage.
Good luck. Been a little while since I've done the route. This is definitely the hardest of the three routes. The Venom boss, the Great Commander in this route, is absolutely fantastic. It's also by far the hardest enemy in the game. You have to get your shots just right on the damn thing. Got it. I think this is one of them that might be one of them with the secrets routes. Were you supposed to fly through that, or were you supposed to... There's the blasters. Taking a lot more damage than I'd like. So I bet you want to keep an eye on the enemies that flash yellow, because I know they'll drop health power-ups. Oh yeah, the N64 one's fantastic. I would argue the N64 one's probably a better game than this. But I'd say this one probably has slightly better music, and I just love some of the boss design in this, because a few of the bosses haven't ever reappeared in some of the others, and some of the boss design in this is probably slightly better than the N64 one. Falcon's always so appreciative of being rescued, isn't he? Mind your own business, Fox. Yeah, I think music is the N64 is probably one of the biggest letdowns of the N64 as a console, basically because the SNES Sony did the sound chip for, because they were so... The guy who... Okay, there you go, Slippy. Now, I see to call, I think you can crash into some of those meteors or one of the secrets. I'm trying to avoid hitting them directly, these ones, else otherwise they will damage me. You've got the smiling meteor. Oh, come on, I wasn't near that one. Great, I'm going to go to a boss fight with next to no health. Ah, yes, this one. This is a really nasty boss. And you've got to shake off that. I might be using a lot of bombs on this fight. Roll, roll, roll. Okay, it does. Ooh, did I dodge that? Yes, I did. Watch the end of this, because it will throw the blade at me right at the end, and that will probably kill me if I'm not careful. Come on, roll, 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 get it. Oh, just. But you've got to watch that blade because it actually gets jettisoned at you, so I'm going to fly as far away from it as possible. Okay, I normally lose a life on Fortuna, so if I lose a life, I think I'll end the stream. Years of practice. I got this. My mate had this on the Super Nintendo as like his first game, and we played it to death. One sort of, we were round visiting relatives down as they were in another part of the country. We were down his place, sort of playing this for like 4 days solid, trying to get good at it. And we never did it on the normal path. I think we kept failing the hard one though. And then I picked it up a few years later, and it took me years to finish this harder path. Although these days it doesn't seem that hard, but I don't replay it. It's like, oh, this isn't as hard as I remember when I was a kid. So some things are although the adage is sometimes you're better as a kid as a gamer, that's not always true. I often find certain games, yes, something like Battletoads, where you have to spend day after day after day practicing, you are going to be better as a kid because you had to spend months practicing to finish the game. Whereas something like this, it's a bit more intuitive, and once you've got better basic gaming skill, you will actually fare better just from like on a straight go. This music reminds me a bit of some of the stuff from Sonic 3, actually. Really nice this stage goes from the sort of grass to the water as well. And then back to the grass for the boss as well, so... Can I get the head? It's going to pop right out me. Now this is where the damage comes in, so I lost my shield. You take an awful lot of damage from these dragons. Now I've already had the halfway checkpoint, so I'm not going to get Slippy, you're getting in the way of my shots again. Oh, come on. Oh, just. So we go from the beach. This last bit's actually so it's sort of grassier in the start of the stage, and this bit's sort of more autumnal, I suppose. Some great stage design in this one. The flow of the stage is fantastic. For what is effectively the power of the Super Effects chip, the stuff they do here for the time as a 3D title is very, very impressive. I'm reminded of a lot. I mean, there were a lot of 3D games around, and there's had tons on the Amiga, but none of them. I mean, the frame rate's not that good for this, but the frame rate compared to other titles is absolutely phenomenal. There's so many on the Amiga would run at a snail's pace and have basically vector lining for the graphics, so everything would look literally like outlines. Especially to damage this thing, you actually have to shoot the tail in. And I can tell you now, if you don't have the twin blasters, this fight can be an absolute nightmare. Having the blasters, basically the powered up twin blasters, really does make a lot of the fights much easier. Yeah, Stunt Car Racer. I mean, Stunt Car Racer looked fantastic for the time, but when you played it, not that smooth. I mean, it was impressive for the time, but it's not a game that you can really go back and play easily. It's one of those. Stunt Car Racer is actually a perfect example of a game that could be remade now fantastically. Quite how you get 100% on that stage, I don't know, because you're literally going to be blasting everything, and some of the stuff you've got to blast is incredibly tricky on that stage.
Good luck.
Slippy's terrible for flying in the way of my gunshot. Okay, there's... Yeah, we still actually have our Amigas, and at some point I will do some Amiga games on the channel, but our A500 had one of the OO chips fault on it decades ago, so it's a bit random whether the keyboard works. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. We do have an A1200. We do have an Amiga RGB lead. I should do Amiga games at some point. It's just lugging the thing out, so to speak. And I do need to sort out some backups on the floppies now, as floppy disks are really dying out now, so... And the thing is, a lot of games haven't been backed up properly. You just get pirate backups which are incomplete, which is really worrying for a lot of Amiga games. Because often the pirate versions of games were utterly broken. So the frame rate there was taking a bit of a dive, I have to admit. All the shield. This boss is a tweaked version of one of the earlier bosses, but is much, much harder. I just did a slow there to... Can I do... Oh, yes. Yes. That's some good flying there by me. So after a pretty disastrous run on the second one, this is actually a much better one. This is the part... I'm glad I got that shield, because this bit's rather tricky. So I hope... Oh yeah, my 6. Yep, I can see that Falco. I can see that Falco. And again, you're going to thank me with your mind your own business. He's so gracious, isn't he, Falco? And I missed all the health power-ups there. That was a bad mistake. I'm about to hit the boss. Yeah, the tension as this music comes in is just fantastic. It's just a wonderful sense of foreboding. still holds up so very well on Super Nintendo. I think the 3D games on Super Nintendo have held up much better because I know there was the virtual racing on the Mega Drive, but that's really not very good. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest bosses because your aim, it can be a bit problematic with the... Let's get that in the centre quickly. I want to get as many shots off. I'm going to fly over this side and hit them. I've just got a set amount of time to shoot them before they... This bit can be a bit annoying. You have to basically get these ones quickly, else otherwise... Come on. Oh, damn it! That's what I was afraid of. And now I'm going to get there. Unlike before, I don't have the power-ups and I don't have the shield as I go through this bit and get hurled stuff straight at it. Okay, I said I would finish if I lost a life on this run, so I think I will do. Which, that was not a good way to... I was at least hoping to have a rematch with the boss. I think I'll do one more rematch with him. Hopefully try and get through, because it throws right at the start. You get these... I've just got to swerve violently right. I guess that should do better. That's no worries. I was going to finish anyway. We usually stream about an hour on the channel. Apologies for being a bit of a slightly higgledy-piggledy start on this stream. I will at least try and get one rematch on this boss. Now, do I want to grab the additional bomb? Maybe it's risky. It's risky. Basically, just going to throw bombs at the boss in retribution if I can get to him. This is one of the bits I always remember. If you die, then those bits are just sort of randomly get hit. Okay, regain the health there, so that's a good way. Right, I should at least get to the boss this time. I want that extra bomb. I'm just going to bomb this boss into oblivion. So I want a rematch. And then I'm going to finish. I won't do the full run this time. I will save that for another day, and probably a full video. I think if I'm going to do a full run on this one, I'll do a playthrough of the second so we did earlier the stream we did a full run of the second branching part, or basically the hard or the normal difficulty. We've already got a stream up of the easy route, or the normal route, however you want to call it. Or level 1 is its official name. It's level 1, level 2 and level 3, pending the route into Andros you go right. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, the bombs don't even hurt. I think the bombs hurt it, don't they, as I remember. It's so annoying because you've got to get the shots just right to land. And basically, your window to hit it is... Right, got the proverbial rude word insert. I'm going to actually ask now, does anyone on our streams have Google Stadia? Any of you guys watching? Yes, that was quite satisfactory. That was quite satisfying beating that boss. I'm not going to do a full playthrough, but got it in the end. Good practice. I think I should do a proper run of do a complete video of the full kit and caboodle of us finishing all 3 difficulties. But that's where I'm going to... Yeah, I don't think many people are convinced by Stadia. There is a reason I'm asking, and let's just say we might be able to have a basically fight night or some form of fighting tournament night where you can actually challenge randomized gaming in the near future if you have Google Stadia, but I don't think many people have it. Even there is a 3 version, but I just thought I'd put it out there. But I can't say too much more at present, so... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Starfox. So we did a run on level 2, and we actually went through all of level 2, and that was half of level 3. Actually, we're nearly quite near the end now, but I'm not going to stream anymore. I've been streaming for about an hour and 10 minutes now, so I think I will give it a break. That has been a good thing. I think tomorrow I will stream a Saturn game, as one of the guys asked. In fact, I'll stream... If I'm going to stream it, I was going to stream one we recently picked up that's a North American exclusive that I think might be interesting for some people to watch. As always, good fun. So I've been your host for this randomised gaming video, Random Gamer Ribbon, and I wish you a good night, a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. I will take my leave. Thanks for watching. So, yep, you can go back. Apologies for the slightly bumpy start we had due to the streaming issues, but thanks for watching, guys. It's been great chatting to you. We've had quite a few people on the stream tonight, which is always nice to see. Really great to chat to you all. It will probably cover this again at some point, Starfox. I think we need to do a full-on playthrough. We've only done one route, so I will save the level 3 complete run for another time, though. It's nice to do a level 2 run, but I think if I'm going to do a proper video, I would make sure level 2 at least I can do without dying. Probably level 3, or at least do it so I can edit it out. Any deaths would be quite nice. But that has been Starfox. Good to chat to you all. I think it's been good fun. I am going to finish now. I wish you all a good night, and we'll be back streaming tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll do a Saturn game tomorrow, because we've been doing SNES for a week and a half now, or the Super Game Boy and stuff, so I think it's time I did change the format. And who knows, maybe I'll dig out the Amiga at some point, or some of the others. But yes, great chatting to you all. Good night, everyone, and I will see you all in the near future. In fact, I'll be back tomorrow. See you, everyone.